Mr. PSD.
Welcome to Easy Photoshop Tutorials. I'm Mr. PSD File, and today what we're going to be going over is some HDR toning. I'm just going to quickly and briefly go into this tool that's provided in Photoshop. I think it's provided only in CS5. I'm not sure if it's actually in CS4. Never really used it. But okay, let's go ahead. All right. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this picture, and we're going to turn this picture into this picture. It's pretty quick and simple. It looks like it's a decent amount, but it's really not that much work at all. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is just really quickly use our auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. If you really feel like going inside of the curves and levels and doing that, and go for it. I got a pretty good result without doing all of that extra work, so I'll just use the auto functions. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up to image, and we're going to go to adjustments, and this wonderful little button called HDR Toning, and we're just going to click it. All right, so what we're going to go for, and there are a ton of different options in here that you can set, and you can actually do your own kind if you choose to, but I'm just going to really quickly go down these real fast and show you just some of these things that you can actually do inside of here. I'm just going to click away real quick. Alright, so yeah, those are some of the quicker ones that you could choose. They don't look all that great at first, but let's pick one real quickly. I think the low contrast is what I chose. No, definitely not. It's realistic high contrast. It's alright. I think that's the one that I chose, I'm pretty sure. Let's go over to this picture in the one that you can. Oh well. This is what we're gonna choose. So either you like it or you don't. All right, and what I put in for this value is 262. I played around with it a little bit just to see what I got, and then for here I got 1.73. And I'm just typing this in really quickly for you. I wrote it down just so I don't waste y'all's time, but you can actually see what it does. The radius plays a big deal in this picture. The radius too far down, and you get that washed out. Some people might be going for that, and it's not. With this time around, it'll be okay. I like this because the shadows are a little bit more even. And for the strength, that's the strength of the edge glow. Everything is titled pretty self-explanatory here. Edge glow is what's happening. That's the radius of the edge glow, and that's the strength of the edge glow. This is tone and detail, and you can get the gamma, exposure, detail, shadows, and highlights. For the gamma in this particular one, we're just going to do about 1.94. Let's show you the extremes of the gamma. This is what it does: extremely white and extremely dark. Okay, so what we're going to use is about 1.94, and that's just really quickly. Now these things will change depending on each picture. That is the most definite thing. We're going to change our exposure to 4, 0.4, -4. Our detail, we crank our detail to about 257. That just kind of eases it up just a little bit, so it's a little bit more smooth and subtle, especially like on these edges and these areas that it wants to just dark up for some reason. Just go in and play around with the numbers. All right, and for this one, what we're gonna do is this is actually going to be 100. Crank that one all the way up. All right, so we're gonna go to highlights now, and we're gonna make that 55. Vibrance will be 13. And we'll leave our saturation at 62. All right, and the saturation gives us a little bit of graininess that I just, for some odd reason, like inside of the picture. You can take it out if you want to. If you saw some other settings, just play around with it. You can get it. This is the toning curve in Instagram. This is pretty much kind of like your curves and which kind of way you want it. If you pull it down, you can see all of the peaks of the colors inside, and anything above here, it breaks off. That's usually about 255, I believe, or so. But you can go in and play with this, and it gives you the scale, the gradient scale, from what color you will be affecting the darks. The further you go down, the darker it gets, and the further you go up, the lighter it gets. So you can kind of just play around with it, and this kind of helps your editing as well. Exact same thing for curves, pretty much. One side is darker, one side is lighter, and you gotta play around with those while you're pulling them in the picture. All right, so I think that's gonna pretty much do it. The similarities are quite the same. Let's go ahead and click OK. Let Photoshop do its thing. Get some progress on. And what we're gonna do is go up to filter, and we are going to go over to our blur, and from here what we're going to do is just a lens blur. We're going to leave these settings on here. What I have is blur focal distance 190. I could make it even more if I chose to. Just the same as you can. And we're gonna leave it at about 250, just for the heck of it. Radius is gonna be about 32. You can see the difference when you crank it up. Okay. And blade curvature 98. 193 for rotation, 15 brightness, 255 for the threshold, and we're going to keep that noise down. Actually, let's bring this back down, because it's hating a little bit, and I can feel the hatred that's coming out of it. All right, okay, so it's done. Okay, we're going to use that. A little blurry, a little strong on it, but it'll be all right. Now for the last part, what I did in order to get that little bit of a sun feel to it is I went up to filter, and I went to render, and I went to lens flare, and then all I did for it, I used the 35 prime, and I just simply plopped it right up here inside of the little thumbnail. You can move where you want the lens flare to be at, and then I cranked this one up to about 99. Clicked OK, and there it is. And then the second one I did was the exact same thing, render, lens flare, and I just moved it on about right here, kind of showing a different angle because the world is round, so they say. And I just brought the brightness down to about 40, and there you have it. And this is a quick way you can use HDR. I figured I needed to get some tutorials out to you guys showing you something new, some free stuff. If you like this tutorial, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Mr. PSD File. This has been HDR Toning.